Donald Trump will be back in the Oval Office in 17 days. We are all counting. One of his top priorities is making America healthy again, and his HHS nominee, RFK Jr., is getting a major endorsement for this agenda. Chef Andrew Gruel writes this in The Federalist. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has the focus, knowledge, enthusiasm, and influence to effect much-needed change in our food system. Joining me now is chef and restaurant owner Andrew Gruel. So, Chef, I'm trying to eat healthier. I'm also trying to drink less, but enough about me. Let's talk about your column in The Federalist. You talk about how in your 20 years as a chef, you've seen the quality of food deteriorate. Why has it deteriorated?
Well, it's just access to good, real foods, whole foods, local foods. So many of the major food manufacturers have really taken over our entire food system and cut out a lot of the little guys, right? Cut out the small farms, the medium-sized farms, and have just created this system in which many times the only options we have are these highly processed foods that are quite literally grown in a lab. And, you know, from a chef's perspective, we're always kind of at the tip of the spear because we're the ones who are creating the trends, and we're the ones that are also getting pumped with a lot of that rebate money from those massive manufacturers and propaganda as well, fake science, to push these products down onto the consumers, and then they pull it back up on the retail side. So it's really been disheartening. And what's so funny about it is that I've been pushing this for decades, and it's been the left. This has been one of their major movements, but now suddenly in the past 5 years this has switched, and this is like conspiratorial or crazy right-wing thinking to talk about actually eating real food and eating whole foods.
You know, and it's interesting because I see people walking around all the time with Make America Healthy Again. You know, we've seen RFK Jr. is obviously a Democrat, endorsed Trump. So it really has transcended political lines. What would you like to see RFK Jr. do specifically about making America healthy again and sort of untangling this corporate web that you speak of?
Well, he's already doing the most important thing, and that's just bringing awareness to these issues, right? This is a bipartisan issue. Food is the great unifier. This is not a left or right issue. Unfortunately, it's been, you know, kind of tainted by some Trump derangement syndrome in regards to the media. However, the one thing that he can do is actually cut that supply chain of information from the big, massive food manufacturers, the NGOs, to the consumers. The government needs to be completely removed from the food system altogether because they've only made us sicker. We need to cut the USDA, the FDA, but then we need to make access to real foods, local foods, small local farmers, domestic farmers, much easier to get to from both the chef's and the consumer's perspective. And the government shouldn't be the one making the decisions for what we eat and how we eat. We have the agency to do that ourselves, right? So when raw milk has kind of been the emblematic of this conversation, but there's so many other elements that we can decide upon ourselves. It is our own body, and let's move forward from that perspective.
Well, yeah, you know, and it's good for small businesses. It's good for America. It's good for our health. And so hopefully RFK Jr. is confirmed to HHS Secretary. I think he will be. And where can people check out your restaurants real quick before we've got to go?
Yeah, I've got Calico Fish House in Huntington Beach, California, and you can find all my cooking videos, American Gravy. I'm obviously very active on X and working with a lot of local small farms around the country. So you can find those farms that I promote on X because those are the people that really need the help.
Chef Gruel, I appreciate it. Thank you for joining us tonight. And I followed his recipes on X. I retweet them, try to follow them, but, you know, we're getting better.